Hey everyone, this is Daryl, aka the D from the Simply Incredible podcast, and tonight we're talking UFC 196 McGregor versus Diaz. Just to go through the main card. It's good stuff. Some real good fights, some and some darn. Um, First of all, one little thing. I'm a NASCAR fan too, and Dale Jr. was there because they were actually racing in Las Vegas this weekend. Yay, Dale Jr. Win the race tomorrow. But in the actual fights, we had starting off in the women's bantamweight. We had number 4 Amanda Nunes versus number 10 Valentina Shevchenko. I'm sorry. But that was a real good fight, kind of back and forth. It was Shevchenko, strong woman. It is a real good fight. But it was all said and done, Amanda Nunes, she's a big bantamweight, big strong girl. I mean, she's lean, I mean, moves real well. Still young in her career, but looks like she's got a lot of potential. But she got the unanimous decision. Real good stuff, real good fight. Nothing real overwhelmingly exciting to really talk about, but she uh, she really dominated most of the fight. I mean, the second round was more Shevchenko, but overall, Amanda really did well. Really set herself up for future stuff. She was asking for a title fight after this. You're not getting it yet. there's there's a few ladies in front of you, so you don't have to wait a little bit, Amanda. But I can see one day you probably getting a shot, but it's gonna be a while. On the light heavyweight for the men, we had number 12 Corey Anderson versus Tom Lawler, unranked. This is a real good fight. What's the name? Lawler come out real strong, firing on all cylinders. I think he had that first round, and then the second and third round, Anderson kind of just slowly, methodically worked it and got the unanimous decision. Real good stuff there. Anderson, he's a big guy, real big guy in that light heavyweight. And Lawler, I think he was actually coming up from a lighter weight class, so you could just visually see a big difference in weight. But Anderson looked good, and it really ended up just taking control of it. The next fight was another light heavyweight in the men. Alir Latifi, Alir Latifi. I wish I know I'm horrible with names. Let's just keep it real. Against Gian Valente. This is a really good fight. I really like this match, this fight. Both sides look good, and I really thought it was one of those that really could have gone either way. Um, but some of the judges actually had it 30-27. I thought at most it was going to be 29-28. The 2 rounds to one, but it was all said and done. Latifi got the unanimous decision, in which I was like, I could have seen either side really winning, but I think Latifi got the win, but I did not see a 30-27. I think Valente definitely won one of the rounds. But you know how these things happen when it comes down to the judges. You never know what's going to happen, and that's really sad for me because I've loved the sport for a long time, and so many bad decisions. And when you see in some fights I've seen, uh, judges, like one or two judges have it 30-27, and then the other judge will have it 29-28 for the other person. It baffles me sometimes when I see some of these decisions that these guys make. But you know, the whole thing, it is what it is. But I feel bad for these men and women. They in there, they train day in, day out so hard, and then a judge, just totally misses a decision. This one, I think they had the right decision. Just 30-27, I did not see. But again, it is what it is. Next, women's bantamweight title. Champion Holly Holm versus Miesha Tate, number 2, Miesha Tate. This one I've been looking forward for a long time. And I said coming in, Misha's got the kind of game that can give Holly trouble. And it was a really good fight. Really good fight. First round, Holly just kind of, it was kind of slow back and forth, but Holly, to me, definitely won that round. Was kind of picking her apart. Second round, Miesha got a takedown and ground and pound and almost had a rear choke a couple times and really dominated the second round. So at that point, 1-1. It could have almost been a 20, I mean, a 10-8 round that second round for Miesha. She, like I say, she really dominated that second round. Third round, Holly went back, just kind of regroup, come back out, got her game plan, and start really doing a lot of damage. Really did well. Had her hands working, had the kicks working. Miesha would come in for some takedowns, couldn't get them. She was getting stuffed on them, and Holly definitely won that round. Fourth round, more of the same. Holly, more good punches, more good kicks. Miesha trying for takedowns, not getting them. And again, another round on my scorecard for Holly. At this point, I had it 3-1. And fourth round, Miesha, she had to take chances on it, try to take chances, get something done. And toward the end of the round, she got the takedown. And quickly, Holly was trying to get up, couldn't quite get up. And Miesha got her back, slapped the rear choke on, the rear naked choke, and it was over. And I felt so bad because I really wanted Holly to win. I just knew she was going to win this fight going in. But again, both of these women are really good. And Holly, the hole in her game is if it gets on the ground, she could be in a lot of trouble. But I can totally see her working on that. She's a tough lady, and I can see her coming back, regrouping, and possibly reclaiming that belt. But Miesha getting that win, for me, it was good to see her get the win because they said this was her second title shot. I thought it was her third. I thought she lost to Ronda twice going for the title. Maybe I'm mistaken on that, but I thought this was her third title shot. But Miesha got the win by rear naked with it was like a minute and a half left in the fight. So I mean, she needed to get that. That's the only way she was going to win unless she got a knockout. I don't think that was going to happen. But fifth round, rear naked by Miesha Tate with giving her the win and the new bantamweight champion. And that's what I was talking about. Amanda Nunes won that title shot. I mean, she's in line behind who we got? We got Holly, and then you have Ronda Rousey. Amanda, it's gonna be a little while. It's gonna be a little while. I mean, and I sure hope they don't push Holly back. I really hope they don't. I mean, at worst, have her be the number 2 behind Ronda, which she just beat Ronda. I don't know how she'd be behind her, but I don't make these decisions. Next, in the final match, in the welterweight, Conor McGregor versus Nate Diaz. McGregor, the 145-pound champion, going against Nate Diaz, who has been fighting in the 155 division. And they met, oddly enough, at 170. Like, wait a minute, why would y'all? But whatever, guys. Diaz took this on very short notice when Rafael dos Anjos could not make it. He got injured and couldn't make the fight, which really makes me sad because it would have been really cool to see that fight. McGregor versus dos Anjos for the title. Giving McGregor a shot at having a title in 2 different divisions. But they moved it up to 170. McGregor coming at 168 looked really good. I mean, when you saw him, he looked strong. He looked like he had a ton of energy. Diaz is Diaz. I mean, he could be fighting a mirror and he's going to be cursing it out. But this right here, Conor McGregor come right off the bat, dominate the fight. And I was like, oh, this is going to be just a long fight of just domination for him. Second round, more of the same until his hands started McGregor's hands started dropping, and then Diaz caught him with a big cross, and next thing you know, it was on, and Diaz just kept nailing him, and McGregor was hurting there, and a lot of times guys do this if you're getting hit a lot, men and women. What they'll do is they're like, let's try to get this to the ground. Big mistake going against Diaz. The Diaz brothers, I'm not a fan of them. I don't like them, but you give them their due. When it goes to the ground, they've got jujitsu on top of jujitsu. Their jujitsu is top notch, and it was over. McGregor just got pounded and pounded and pounded. Diaz, it just kept hitting him hard. And another mistake a lot of guys make is turning over to your stomach so you're not getting hit. I say mistake because you're going against a Diaz who, they just like, oh, that's great. Now I can just choke you out, and he choked him out. Oh, by the way, in the Miesha Tate fight, Miesha Tate, she won by rear naked, and Holly did not tap and was out cold. She was unconscious, so it wasn't like we're gonna stop this quick. No, she was unconscious. In this fight, Conor tapped, which I was really surprised that he tapped. It was, let's see, what time did I have on there? 4:12 in the second round, so there's 48 seconds left. He wasn't going to make it out of the round. He was either going to sleep or tapping, and he tapped. McGregor, I would say this going into this fight, not a fan of his. But UFC had some stories about each guys, where they're from, and all this stuff. And I tell you what, I got more respect for him. I'm not a big fan of a lot of trash talking. But after the fight, every time he's always been very classy. When he won the title, he was very classy about it. When he lost the night, again, very classy about it. The Diaz brothers, win, lose, draw, whatever, they get knocked out unconscious. When they wake back up, they're still going to be cursing you out, which is kind of funny, but I'm not a fan of that. All in all, real good night of fights. Next fights. Next, UFC 197 will be April 23rd. Lightweight heavyweight champ Daniel Cormier versus John Jones. This will be their second match, their second fight. Jones won the first one. This has been a long time ago. Jones never lost the belt, and so he's trying to reclaim what was his, because he had the drug suspension and everything. So, and he's gonna be back. And then two titles on this fight card. I'm really looking for this. I'm a huge fan of Demetrius Johnson, Mighty Mouse, in the flyweight division against Henry Cejudo, and I'm probably mispronouncing his name as well. I don't know much about, actually not much. I don't really know anything about Henry, but Demetrius, love watching him fight. And I suspect, I mean, going into it again without a lot of knowledge of Henry, I mean Demetrius, Mighty Mouse. He's just so fast, and he's got a lot of power for his size. He's a very small guy, but so much power, so fast. I suspect he'll win that. Johnson Cormier, man, I don't know what to think, because it's been a long time since I've seen John Jones. If it's the same John Jones from years past, it's tough to beat him. He's tall, he's lean, he's got a lot of reach, and he's got a lot of skill. And those elbows of his are wicked. I've seen him break a man's like eye bone with an elbow, and it's just, oh, he's tough. He is so tough. Cormier, great wrestler, good at takedowns. As he's gotten more experience, his hands have gotten a lot better. It should be a great fight. It really should. If I have to pick right now, I would take John Jones, but I don't have to pick right now. I've got time to think about it. But and that's all for tonight. Good UFC card. I was upset on the two finals because I really wanted McGregor and Holly Holmes to win. I was wrong on both of them, as usual. But that's all we got tonight. I hope you guys watched and enjoyed. If you didn't get to watch it, you missed some good stuff. But that's all I got for now, and you guys have an incredible night.